Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. This is Sizzle. Welcome to Abundance and Mindset. Today's topic of discussion is going to be ways to protect your easily depleted energy. And obviously, having the right mindset and feeling and living an abundant lifestyle requires you to protect your energy. So, let's get into it. Hi, everybody. So today we'll talk about ways to protect your easily depleted energy. So obviously, having a great, abundant life and abundance mindset, it requires you to protect your energy. So I want to talk about that. I feel like it's important. So please comment below. Let me know where you're from. Subscribe to my channel and share this video so that YouTube knows I'm still here. So let's get into it. So much of us spend so much of our lives allowing others to get ourselves to get swept away by other people's energies. Okay, sometimes this can be a good thing if we're surrounded by truly loving and grounded people. But other times it's extremely detrimental, right? When we allow other people's negativity to penetrate our core until we're reacting with as much negativity as they presented. So, when I was younger, I never realized it was even possible to truly stay in control of my own energy. And so I lived in different modes, either reactive or underreactive constantly. So once I had a child, something changed in me, and I no longer wanted to be so influenced by the energy of others. I had so little left that was just me. So I suddenly felt so resistant to flowing with the energetic waves of those around me. And this changed some of my relationships, and those changes were difficult. But looking back, I realized how much of me I gave away to others for so long. So for those of us who are highly sensitive or empaths, it's so easy to soak up the energy of the world around us, leaving us feeling drained and exhausted. And so if we want to give our best, the best of ourselves to the world, we need to love ourselves enough to take, ownership over our energy. So after all, if we don't own our energy, then others will. So, you want to protect your energy, but also with compassion. So learning to stay in control of your own energy is not easy. It definitely takes work and constant reminders. And while strong boundaries are needed for certain energies, like those who are, mean or belittling or constantly negative, most of the time we need to learn how to not get so easily swept away into the current of others. Right? So, look, there are a lot of spiritual leaders who boast about how to avoid people who bring your energy down, because, quite frankly, look, life is hard and it's freaking hard sometimes, and people are struggling. So we should have a little compassion and a little less judgment for people who bring our energy down. So when we practice staying in control of and, cleansing our own energy, we don't need to judge people in that way. We don't need to pretend that we're beaming with joy every second of the day and only interact with others who are beaming just as brightly. Because frankly, there are times when we will beam and brighten someone's day, and there are times when we'll be sad and not our best selves and need a little compassion too, right? So, I'm going to give you these tips for protecting your energy so that you can feel, not so that you can feel superior to others, whose energies aren't up to snuff, but so you can excuse me, compassionately interact with the world from, from a grounded and calm place. Okay. So number one of ways to easily protect your depleted energy is don't be so agreeable, right? If you're with someone who loves to complain, insults others, speaks negatively, constantly, and don't join them. Just don't join them just to be agreeable and supportive. Know who you are and what you want to put out to the world. So stay true to yourself and create boundaries with such people if you need to, right? Chances are, if you don't join them in their negativity, they'll look for someone else who will, or better yet, you'll kind of help them see that there's a better way. So the second way that you can protect your easily depleted energy is by creating a visual. So visuals can be very powerful in reminding you of your boundaries and control. So you could picture yourself surrounded by, softly colored bubble or bright light, or even, an article of clothing that makes you feel protected. Something that clearly creates a protective border between you and the energies around you. So, I can picture myself, let's see, in a negative instance, in an invisible force field, with an invisible force field around me when I'm communicating with someone whose energy feels like more than I can handle. So, just picture that, and as that negative energy comes, it just bounces off of that force field. And that simple visual, has helped me remain in control of what's mine with less judgment about what's theirs. So, another tip to protecting your energy is use a mantra. When someone's energy is particularly overwhelming, it helps to repeat an empowering mantra in your head, right? So when I'm feeling vulnerable to someone's negative energy, whether it's from an adult or a child, as they throw a tantrum, I repeat to myself over and over, their energy is not mine. Their energy is not mine. So it's so simple, but it's effective. So creating this intention allows me to stay calm and loving and maintain my ability to help someone, through their struggle without sacrificing my sanity. So create a mantra for yourself that helps you feel protected, safe, no matter who you're with or what emotional state you're in. The fourth way to protect your easily depleted energy is to create a home sanctuary. So a friend of mine came over to my home recently, and her first comment as she walked inside was how relaxed she suddenly felt by just being there. And she joked that my home kind of feels like a spa. And I told her that I created that on purpose. I needed it to feel that way so that my highly sensitive energy can feel and heal from the chaos of the outside world. So, bring nature indoors. Play music, keep the lights dim, declutter constantly. There are so many ways to create a home environment that both heals and restores your energy. So another way you can protect your energy easily is to trust in yourself. So when we don't trust or believe in ourselves enough, our energy is for anyone's taking. So if you want us to be, if they want us to be high, we'll be high because they'll like us more, right? So if they want to attack us with negativity, we'll attack back because our insecurities make us defensive and reactive. And so if they want you to gossip, you do it because that's, it kind of feels like you're forging a deeper bond. So, relationships that require you to act like someone you're not and take on energies that aren't yours are not stable, and they'll eventually end. So honor who you are, and you won't give away your energy to others so haphazardly. Okay. Another way to protect your easily depleted energy is to trust in others. So if you have a tendency to want to fix or heal others, it's so easy to try and take on their suffering for them. So you want to make things better for them and take away their burdens. I get it. But while there's so much beauty and generosity in that, it's not a reliable solution. So taking on the pain of others won't necessarily fix things for them. So if you do this often, your own energy and your strength will suffer. So instead, we can often better help those we love by remaining in control of our own energy, right? As we support them in finding solutions and they'll find a way to help themselves. So we can hold trust in a person that we want to help, knowing that they're capable of working through their pain. So they will feel that trust and it will empower them. So another way that you can protect your energy is by, try to react less. So when we quickly react to other people's energies, whether positive or negative, we're less stable in our own energy. So practice pausing before reacting. Check in with yourself and see how you can best respond in any situation. So let your best self step forward, not your ego-driven reactive self, but by pausing and responding mindfully, you're less likely to allow someone's negativity to pierce yours and to drag you down. So stay in control of your energy as much as possible, and you'll be far less reactive in the world around you. So another way to protect your energy is to be busy. So if you know that you get impacted easily by energies of the world around you, honor yourself enough to set strong limits. So don't say yes to more than you can handle. Just because you have a night or weekend free does not mean that you are actually free. Just because someone is persistently asking something of you doesn't mean you have to give into it, right? So, because you're busy, you can be busy healing, busy restoring, busy contemplating, and spending some much needed time alone. Okay, so say no before committing and overcommitting to more than you can handle. No explanations are necessary. You're simply busy at that time, and that is the truth. So another way to protect your easily depleted energy is to understand your own negativity. So it can be hard to admit, but negativity, we dislike in others exists within ourselves as well. So when we close our eyes to this, we're not able to be fully aware, of and in control of our own energy. So when people boast about how they won't hang around people who bring their energy down, they're helping to spread further negativity. And they're essentially saying, I'm better than that person, I'm worthy, but they're not. So this mentally comes from a place of ego instead of a place of oneness. So we're all one on this planet. And while we have to protect ourselves from energy that hurt us, we must also be mindful of how our words and intentions can hurt others. So further bringing down the energy of the world around us. Okay, so another way to protect your easily depleted energy is to ground yourself in nature. It's nature. So we all lose ourselves from time to time. Someone's negativity gets the best of us and we get swept along into their current. So for deep healing and to find yourself again, ground yourself in nature. Take a walk through the park or the woods or anywhere if you can. And, I used to and still do take long walks with my dog and, along the lake and just so that, I make it a cleansing and a thank you, grateful, cleansing walk. But, you just have to find what works for you and, you just practice it over again and just, find that peace. So another way to protect your easily depleted energy is to quickly cleanse. So if you're with someone whose negativity is impacting you, there's a tendency to, clam up and take shallow breaths. And so doing so just exasperates that person's impact on you, allowing their negativity to seep deeper into your core. So instead, pause, take several slow, deep cleansing breaths, and just let your breath remind you of the power that you hold over your own domain. Okay? Close your eyes. All right? Choose a place, a visual if you can. Close your eyes. Breathe in calm, peace, and light. Breathe out pain. Breathe out toxicity. Breathe out darkness. So your breath is your simplest and greatest power. Okay? And last but not least, on ways to protect your easily depleted energy is don't give permission. No one can affect you without your permission, right? If someone's energy will be harmful to you, don't grant them that permission. Recognize this power within yourself and own it. So you are no one's emotional puppet. You are strong, intuitive, and empathetic, and that can leave you open to others' energies, but only if you allow it. So whenever you need to, tell yourself that you simply will not allow it. So, the more conscientious, sensitive, and empathetic you are, the easier it is for you to get swept away by the energy of others. But you can protect your energy. All it takes is practice and intention and a belief that your well-being and mental health are worth it. So choose to believe. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to comment below on where you're from. Let's engage. Any feedback? Would love to chat with you. So click like and share. Click on the notifications buttons and stay tuned for more. Take care.